He's panicking. Oh man, please no. My other homie, he had a kid on the way, like was about to be born in like a month. So they like, nah man, please. To me, it's just like, I'm like, this shit really going on? Like in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm about to die. All these niggas got guns pulled out. Like it's 3 niggas with guns. So I'm like, damn, bro, it's over. I'm like, nigga, I had just had my daughter. She had just turned 1. So I'm like, damn, this is how my daughter gonna really hear. Like, cause you been in school with people, little pretty ass girls, bro. Who your daddy? Oh, my daddy got killed. I'm like, damn, my daughter gonna be one of them little girls. Like, one of the dude that don't got a gun is my partner's baby mama's little brother. A nigga set a plate, went on a robbery to take food out of his own nieces and nephews.
Mentally, 1 to 10, what's that number? Where you at?
10. I stay on 10.
How you stay on 10?
I got to. I gotta stay alert. I mean, it's just, I'm on my 10. I stand on 10. So mentally, I gotta be on 10.
What is a 10 though? Like, cause if in order to know what a 10 is, you gotta know what's lower than that is, right?
To me, a 10 is just what you supposed to be on. If you say you a man, if you standing on something. So I just stay on 10 at all times.
Mentally.
Everything. I just stand on 10, I stay on 10. Stay ready so I ain't gotta get ready. That's just how I feel.
I heard somebody say once, it costs too much to be a criminal.
Yeah, I got that from Wallow. I heard Wallow say that. And that's just something that I know it's true because I've had to pay for criminal acts. So, and like I said, they not cheap. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I want to get into because you quoted it obviously for a reason.
Right.
So let's start back to where you began to how you got there into the criminal life. So how was life as a kid?
My life was good. My life was good. I ain't got no complaints. Daddy was the man. Mama was one of the prettiest women around. Like, you know, my mama was one of them women to where your cousin was like, that's my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, everybody that grew up like
yeah,
that. Like, nigga, your mama my girlfriend. Like, nigga, that's your fan. But, you know, that's how fine she was. Like, niggas like, boy, your mama my girl, like my big cousin. Like, so that's just like my mama, like, so that's just like that. So my mama was the fine woman and my daddy was the nigga with the money. You know what I'm saying? He was the guy that everybody respected, whether because they loved him or feared him. Either one, it was just respect. So that's just, my childhood was great. You know what I'm saying? Until, you know, the parents, you know, had they disagreements and they parted ways. But my childhood was great. I can't complain.
You said your daddy was the man. What makes you the man? What made him the man?
The way people treated him, the way people acknowledged him. You know, like I used to be with my pops, man, and people be like, oh, Smitty, what's up, bro? Da, 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 da. And he be like, oh, what's up? Da, da, da. And he would shake their hand and they would pull out. I'm like, Daddy, who is that? He was like, man, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
So like that was makes you the man when niggas know you, but you don't even know them. That makes you the man.
It's got to be more than that, right?
Nah, definitely. But like that's just a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But the man is just, you know, being a man, like respected. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of your family, having this, having that, doing this, doing that. That's just all a part of being the man in the, you know, city terms or the black community.
Because if you're familiar, even with like with, let's just say the Italians or whatever, when they doing whatever they doing on the side,
Right.
they come back home to their family, it's a different story. Like to the streets, you the man out there, but what are you doing at home to make you the man?
Right.
To me, you get what I'm saying?
Nah, definitely.
So what made him the man to you? Not by like street standards, not by, you know what I'm saying?
Just because, like I said, he made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Just took care of me, my sisters, you know what I'm saying? Always provided. Like, you know, always like my partners and people, you know, you just hear like people go without hot water, without lights. I don't know how that feel. I never went without hot water. I never went without lights. I never had holes in my shoes. I never had to share clothes. I never had to share game systems. So, like, that's why my daddy was the man, because he always provided all his kids with their own everything.
It's crazy because a lot of us who went without that stuff, and then we'll see you with and be like, oh, he don't suffer for nothing. They don't suffer, but y'all are suffering
Nah,
for
something. Yeah.
So what was it that you felt like you went without? It might not have been the surface stuff like we think, Jordan.
Right. So with having money, you don't have a lot of time, or you don't have a lot of patience. You know what I'm saying? Because in order, you know what I'm saying. So that was something that my pops, he didn't have a lot of patience and a lot of understanding for small, minute things, because he was doing everything on a bigger level, making sure everything was good. So if it wasn't affecting the status quo or the bottom dollar, whatever you had to say didn't matter. If you're not paying for nothing, I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? So like, that's a possibility, like where a nigga had to suffer because, and even to this day, you know what I'm saying? It leads on to me and my pops relationship now. Like, if you just don't agree with him, then it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't agree with what he say, he gonna have a problem with it. So you know what I'm saying? So like, that was something that was a suffering thing from when I was young, and like I said, it ended up affecting us now. You know what I'm saying? Affecting our relationship today.
Man, did you not realize you were suffering for it till you got older? You suffered.
Hindsight, like they say, hindsight's everything. You know what I'm saying? Once you can go back and look, you be like, damn. So this is like, I've been feeling this way, but I wasn't mentally on 10. I wasn't standing on my 10, so I couldn't voice myself on 10. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You like, when you a kid, stay in the kid's place. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I definitely didn't realize what was going on at the time. I couldn't necessarily, I couldn't analyze it how I can now. But I knew it wasn't, I knew it wasn't cool, because I'm just like, damn, like, it was a lot of contradictions and hypocritical situations. Like, well, nigga, you just said don't do this, but you doing it. So it's just like, but nigga, I'm the daddy. I'm the one paying the cost to be the boss. Nigga, I do what I want to. So, which is true. If you are the one footing the bill, who can tell you what to do?
I don't know if you noticed or not, but as far as him and your mother, because you see how that affected her when you say you out here making the money, you really ain't got time. We know women love quality time. You know what I'm saying? Most women,
right?
They move off of quality time. Sometimes they're attracted to the money, but then
that only lasts for so long.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely not. You right. I can tell you an example. One time, I think it was like Thanksgiving or something. My mama cooking. My mama a great cook. Anybody know my mama, they know she's cold, can cook anything. So it was like Thanksgiving or something, and it was time for like everybody to get ready to go here. My daddy got a call. He had to go get some money. She like, what? You gonna go do this on Thanksgiving? He like, fuck Thanksgiving. Like, if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't be eating. So he like, you know what? Since you want to play, he took all the dressing. Like, this nigga took all the dressing, y'all. He took all the dressing, nigga, threw it in the yard. It was like, fuck Thanksgiving. Like, that's the type of nigga my daddy was. So that's why people don't be realizing why I'm so extreme. These are the conditions that I grew up under. My daddy type of nigga, you got a problem with me going to go make some money? Fuck it, I'll throw all this shit off. Like, cause it's not that, cause like at the end of the day, if I didn't want to go and make money, we wouldn't be eating this good no way. So why are you tripping? You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like he was wrong in that.
Yeah, at that moment, did you feel like he was wrong?
I honestly don't necessarily remember it. I just always heard the story. Because I was young. I was like a young. So I can't really remember it myself. But when people say it, it's just crazy. But now, like, I don't think he was wrong because, like I said, it's the song. It says, like, it's a song. It's an old school song where he said, he's like, a woman complain. I don't know, y'all that's listening to this, older people, y'all definitely don't know what I'm talking about. But he was like, you complain about me not being there, but then when I'm there, you complain about me not having money. So which one do you want? And it's just like, again, like on my God, Good Days, Great Nights, you know what I'm saying, podcast, I spoke on that. My song, Temptation, that's one of my favorite songs because, he said, I know you've been searching for someone to make you happy and get the job done. You say you want a man with money, but if I can't be there, would you still be there? So it just always leads back to that. A man has to get the money. A man ain't nothing without some liquid. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, like, I'm not mad at no man that to put something off to go get the bread to take if he's taking care of his family. Now, if a man is just out getting money and not doing what he's supposed to for his kids and all that, then that's bogus. But if you want to go make money to make sure the family's straight and ain't going without, I don't got a problem with that.
And I understand that, but at the same time, you suffered and your mama suffered and
Definitely.
your sister suffered. So, as a man, do you feel like there are balances though? There's a way to balance that out.
Communication. Just communication. Just let somebody know, like, and you could tell somebody something and they still act like you didn't tell them that. But just like I just feel like just gotta, and that's why people be always thinking I'm dwelling on something or hurt by it because I will continue to bring it up. I just continue to bring things up to drive it home of why you shouldn't do this again or why you should do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not because I'm mad or I'm hurt, but it's just so you don't make the same mistake. So then we don't be in a real bad situation where now we got to stop dealing with each other. Because I'm going to let you know I'm not going for this again. So, like, people will take that as like I said, a person being emotional or mad about something, but not like you just got to bring stuff up. So I just think communication is the best thing for balance. You just got to let somebody know what you expect and what you don't expect.
I think balance in another way though, because when you're in the streets, of course, you want to get the money. You getting the money, but at the same time, you get attracted to a lifestyle too.
Definitely.
And in that lifestyle, we make concessions for other people. Like if your friends, hey, let's pop out real quick or something.
Right.
But if your wife or your kids say, hey, Dad, can we just go to Disneyland real quick? Today, we won't do that. Sometimes you can be, especially if you're like, man, streets will handle themselves today, I'm going to go do this or whatever. I just feel like that. And I've seen it done before. Sometimes we make excuses because we're running away from what we got to deal with.
Facts.
And a lot of the times when we out in the streets and shit, we take what we dealing with out in the streets, like all the bullshit you didn't deal with from the world and shit, and bring it back home and put it on the kids or on that woman. If it goes on that woman, sometimes it falls on the kids too.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And not realize, okay, you going to make the money and stuff, but I'm dealing with these kids and shit, and I got to deal with your attitude who feel like you don't fuck with me like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a pain in your life. So while I do understand the making the money part, I feel like you can't balance it. Because as a man, I felt like that too. Like, nigga, what the fuck do you want me to do?
My facts.
But I realized I can balance it. You got to sacrifice some things.
No, definitely. And see, like, and that's why with my child's mother, Breon, the woman I'm with, the woman I'm with, the woman I live with. So I tell her all the time, damn, I lost my train of thought. I do that from time to time. Like I tell her, because what you was just saying with the balance thing, and damn, what was I about to say? Damn, because you went on, you made another point, and I got to thinking about another thing I want to say, but I was like, what the hell was I about to say? Oh yeah, so with that, like with a woman, and y'all in a relationship, like I always tell her, this is why when a woman be going through certain stuff, I necessarily don't sympathize how I probably should, because I feel like when I'm going through stuff, you don't have to feel it, because that's my job as a man, to still hold it down and do what I'm supposed to towards you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's the balance. Like I've literally not been able to see my oldest child, and you know what I'm saying, woke up 3, 4, 5 in the morning and cried about it on the couch before she woke up. And then when she woke up, you don't even know nothing's wrong with me because I done already got it out the way. So like to me, that's just how I balance things in my relationship. Like Jim Jones said it best, like there's been times where he struggled, you know what I'm saying, but his kids and his woman never knew it.
Yeah.
Cause you ain't supposed, that's a part of being a man. Like you ain't supposed to let home feel it. So that's the balance, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, you're supposed to have things in order to where you ain't gotta rush out and leave in the middle of Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, hey bro, you know what today is. I already got this done. You know what I'm saying? And not saying like sometimes you gotta go do it, but that's why you should just have everything laid out, you know what I'm saying, accordingly.
You talked about being a man and being able to cry and display emotion and
right.
shit, but I personally think it's fucked up when it's dope that you could display the emotion, but you won't display it with the one that's trying to be your best friend. I am guilty of it too, as far as like my wife wanting to be my best friend, but I won't let her in because I don't think you would understand. I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about
right.
you don't understand what I'm going through, or I'm supposed to be the man, so I can't let you know this shit. But that's a part of communication too, because if I don't know you going through the shit, I don't know what you're doing.
To help you. I can't help you if I don't know what you're going through.
We're supposed to be friends and shit. So I didn't understand that at first, but seeing what my wife was dealing with me, I'm not the trashiest person, but in that aspect, I was trash. Like, damn, nigga, you treat me like somebody that it did something to you to where you can't trust me.
Right.
Give me a fucking chance. I'm giving you a chance by even letting you in my life, nigga. Give me a chance too. I just want to be your best friend. I still slack sometimes, but once I started doing that, shit started coming much better. Now I feel like I really got a best friend in my wife.
Right.
You know.
And like you said, but you gotta have that person gotta want to be that, and know how to be that. Your wife knows how to be that woman. A lot of women don't know how to be that today, man, because they never seen their mama get treated like that. A lot of women have never seen their mama get a meal made for them. They've only ever seen their mama cook. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. A lot of women, I'm gonna say that again. A lot of women have never seen their mama get a meal made for them. That's crazy. So how can they know to get with a man and be the woman for them? It's a lot of women coming from situations like that. That's why we having this problem we having in the black community and black relationships. Because every woman ain't hip like your woman that was fortunate enough to have somebody show her how to be a man's best friend.
I think she learned that herself.
And like you said, but like even that, like you said, and everybody, and that's the thing, and that's why people be like, man, you can't be so hard on people. Everybody don't know how to do it. But I just be like, well, learn how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, she learned how, so why can't you learn? And that'd be my problem. But like I said, everybody ain't got the know-how, bro.
A lot of us don't have. I mean, most of us don't have the know-how in a lot of shit.
Nah, facts.
You steady learning and shit, and a lot of us that think we know
still don't know.
You don't know because you don't know yourself. You cannot tell me for sure when you was born. You just can't tell me that. You can tell me what you believe. And
not to cut you off, our parents and grandparents don't tell us enough. They don't tell us, oh, I met your grandpa and you're here and then we did. Like, all that is pivotal. All that can help a person throughout their journey. That's why when you go through your journey in life, you be like, oh, I'm feeling lost. Because you ain't been told certain shit. Like, if people would have told you, well, yeah, I met your grandpa and your grandma and they made me mad then. When you went through that with a girl and got mad, you would know, but, oh, okay, I'm just supposed to react this way because they already told me. Yeah. People just will send you, they just send you out there to just trial and error. Like, that's not it, bro. Like, you tell people specific situations, okay, this happened, so if this happened to you, you kind of can know how to maneuver. And you still gonna do it your own way, but you know how to feel now. Mm-hmm. And that's the main thing, like, bro, me and my pops and my sister fell out 2 years ago. These are people that I talked to my whole life. Never went without these people. Like, I've been living without for 2 years and shit. Seemed weird at first, but now it's like normal to me because it's been 2 years. But like with them, damn, what was we talking about before? What was we talking about? What made me go to that? Like, that's how I be living train. Me too. But yeah, like it's just the know-how and just talk. So like when I fell out with my daddy, the nigga hurt my feelings so bad. Bro. I got to call my grandma. I got to call my grandpa, my uncles, my aunties, everybody, and I start finding out things that I never knew. And I'm like, well, why y'all didn't tell me this? Well, yeah, well, you know, your daddy and your grandpa didn't have the best relationship. You know what I'm saying? He didn't fuck with your daddy really until this time. So I'm like, well, damn, I'm just thinking because my daddy raised me from birth until 29. I thought his daddy did that with him, but the whole time, that nigga didn't do that. That nigga was a homicide detective that was straightforward, that just loved his job and worked. And, you know, as long as I pay the bills, bitch, don't say nothing. That's how he felt. So, you know, when he went out and had a kid outside of my grandma, and my grandma found out or whatever, you know, they split up. And then then my grandma went and got with a white man in the 70s, late 70s, 80s. You know, that was taboo then. You know what I'm saying? Like, people still look at that, you know, interracial relations. That's still a topic. So just imagine if a woman's talking to a white man in the late 70s or 80s. First off, your sons, my uncle and daddy, ain't gonna be happy. Cause you know, you just as a son, as a little boy, you're not happy when your mama's talking to another man anyway.
Right.
No one likes that. But a white man? So you know, like, so that happened. So now my grandpa, you know, he mad at his kids because they around a white dude and this, and this. So, and they love their mama. Everybody. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. You know, you gonna love your mama. Everybody's a mama's boy, you know what I'm saying? So you didn't really fuck with your son until I find out. When we fall out in my 29th year of living, oh yeah, well your grandpa and daddy wasn't always the coolest. They didn't get cool till your daddy beat up that police officer at the Fun Factory and they was about to send him to jail, and they told him, well, if you go to jail or the service. And then that's when his police daddy, my grandpa, stepped in and was like, oh, he gonna go to the service. And since you did what made your daddy happy, you got back in his good graces. Which if I knew that, then I would know why you acting how you acting now.
Have a little more grace.
Exactly, but people would just be leaving out these pivotal points and stories, bro. Like, oh man, y'all wasn't around back. Nigga, that shit is important. That shit mattered. That shit is, you know, that shit should be told. Like, all that is important. You know, like, then my mama come out and tell me, shit my mama never told me. Well, like I said, my pops hurt my feelings because we didn't talk. We didn't talk for a month. So I showed up in Texas. Me being respectful, last time when we didn't talk for a month, it wasn't because I cussed him out or done like that. He just called me and told me something. I said, hey, daddy, respectfully, you can't tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you, but I ain't gonna go with that. And he said, oh, well, since I can't tell you nothing, we ain't gotta talk again. I said, well, we ain't gotta talk. I mean, that was it. So, you know, we went a month without talking. So when I came to Texas for my daughter Braylon baby shower, my second child, my second daughter, I get down there, I could have just pulled up to my daddy's house because I know where you live. But I know the last time we talked, there was a little tension. You know, we got off the phone, it was a little rocky. So me showing my respect, I called, hey, can I come over? Nah, you can't come to my house. So that shit pissed me off because I'm like, bro, you can't tell a dude that's been loyal to you for all these years, they can't come to your house without no explanation. You didn't say, oh, you can't come to my house because we need to talk first. You just said, nigga, you can't come to my house. And I said, well, I only called. And I called for my homie Nick's phone because I knew my daddy was gonna put me down. Because I just know we both Geminis. I'm born May 29th. He born May 30th. I know how he think. So he was mad at me for telling him, hey, daddy, you can't tell me what to do. When it comes to, he called me trying to tell me what I can do when it comes to my daughter and was like, hey, man, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. And I was like, hey, I ain't tell you how to raise me or your other kids, so don't tell me how to raise mine. And he got mad at that. So I already knew he was waiting to tell me, nah, nigga, you can't do that. So that's what happened, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, so my feelings were so hurt because he told me I couldn't come to his house. So I'm like, nigga, how you gonna tell a nigga that can't come to your house that went to prison for a charge that could have put you in prison for life? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, you can't never disrespect me like that. Me and you was both charged with a murder. And I'm the only one that went to jail on it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't never tell me I can't come to your house. Because if I was a disloyal son, you would probably still be in jail. Yeah. So that's just what hurt me the most. So I'm like, so you know, like I said, fast forward back. I know I kind of got off track, but I ended up calling my mama. So then that's when they come out. Well, yeah, you know, son, and this is my mama. Nigga, I'm 29. Well, yeah, son, you know when I met your daddy, he told me Ricky was his daddy. I said, huh? Uncle Ricky? Yeah, well, I thought that was your daddy then. Once I got pregnant with you and had a kid, he was like, well, yeah, this man, this my real daddy. I'm like, why you ain't never tell me that? Like, nigga, that's something. So, because I always wondered why my daddy was so different than his daddy and his brothers. My daddy's daddy, my grandpa, W.K., William Kenneth Smith, homicide detective, army dude. My uncle Natan, family reunion constructor, organizer, family man, photographer, retired from Sprint. My uncle Corey, little brother, retired from the Navy. My daddy, the man. How did you become the man? That's because you were raised by Uncle Ricky, who was the man who had Ricky's Pit, the barbecue that liked to flash and show out. So I always, and then when I'm growing up, I was always close with my Uncle Ricky and my cousin Megan, my cousin Ramon. My cousin Megan, she see me to this day. She gonna kiss me on the lips. That's how much she loved me and raised me. You know, people like, you know her? That's a girl you fuck. I'm like, that's my cousin. Like, why the fuck she kiss you? Girls be mad when they see our interaction. But she raised me from, so like, I never knew why I was so close with these people, but not close with your real big brother and your real little brother. But I'm more closer with these people. That's just our cousins. But that's because they raised you for a significant amount of time and you was around them. But you don't start finding this shit out and able to connect the clues until something tragic happens. That's the problem with the black community. You don't find out the truth until a motherfucker die. Like on the movie Soul Food. Everybody found out the truth when Big Mama needed her foot cut off. Why does it take traumatic events for everybody to get the truth? That's crazy.
Don't that go back to your dad not coming in the house telling your mama what's going on and shit like that?
Facts.
That's the same thing.
Facts.
But you said you felt like that's okay.
Nah, like you said, at the time, yeah. But like I said, I don't organize like that. Everybody know me. I don't do no line. Keep it all the way up straight. I had a kid by 2 different women a day apart. I had a kid November 2nd and a kid November 4th by 2 different women. So everybody know I don't do no line. And guess what? Neither one of them, they ain't never had a fight, never had an argument. Because they understand what's going on. I don't be lying because I seen what men lying to women get you. Get your damn heart breaking how you about to go to jail because you ready to kill the woman for acting out now. Because she found out what you been doing. So that's why I don't lie to women because like I said, if you want to go do something, go do it.
Like you said, take a traumatic experience to have like somebody dying and then it's 50 baby mamas or at the funeral and she thinking we married.
Yeah, like exactly.
So she can't even grieve properly.
So that's why people
she hates you or she don't know what to feel.
Exactly.
Now.
So that's why people be like, well, you wrong. You be telling them girls the truth. They ain't happy with that. I'll be like, if they ain't happy, they can leave.
You give them an option.
They can leave, so they have to be happy. Yeah. And if they not, I don't care because you know all the facts. Yeah. I'm not hiding nothing.
Yeah.
So like that's why like I just lay it all out there because, bro, growing up, we've always heard all women. We didn't all heard a woman tell us. Tell a woman the truth and give her the option to decide what she want to do. Haven't you heard that?
I'm not sure I heard that. I just started doing that.
But
yeah,
I've heard women tell maybe I just had some straightforward women that was with the shit, but they've always said like, just tell a woman the truth. Like she gonna mess with you or she ain't. But like you grow up and you hear all these dudes lying. Oh, but the thing is. We can't lie like that's another reason why I tell the truth because I can't use them same lies from the 90s and the early 2000s. Baby, I went to jail. I got pulled off. Because guess what? They gonna hop on that internet. Nigga, you ain't been in jail. So all that shit is over with. Females got iCloud information. They can hack and see your messages, see your location, all that.
Work somewhere.
Like I said, social media is just impossible to lie. So that's why I don't even understand how you niggas is still lying to females in 2023, man. Yeah. And then y'all claiming to be P's at that. Y'all are embarrassing. Stop it. Knock it off. Ain't nothing P about lying to a female, bro. Like, ain't nothing P about it. Like, I don't lie to women.
Cool. We're good. Yeah. Going back to, I remember hearing you say at what point you had to, I don't want to say raise, but you had to take care of your little sister.
Yep. That's when, like I said.
Shout out Good Days, Great Nights.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But that came from, like I said, I had to take care of my sisters because that came from 2 people being in a relationship lying to each other. Yeah. And it just came to it. It's just, all right, we can't be together no more. I'm going to kill you or you going to kill me. So we got to split up. So like once my mom and daddy split up, you know what I'm saying? We all stayed with my daddy because the house was in my daddy's name. Because, you know what I'm saying, my daddy, like I said, he was raised by a homicide detective and a God-fearing woman. So he know how to have his shit together. He just went and did the street shit because that was something that was appealing and intriguing at the time. But overall, you know how to do the right thing. My mama really was brought up by some motherfuckers that ain't as square as your parents. So when she ain't under your guidance, and like most women, when women ain't under proper guidance, they kind of do dumb shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all split up, she got an eviction on her name. But when y'all got back together and y'all moved to Memphis, you know, you get the house. She can't even be on the lease. Not because you didn't want her to, but because when y'all wasn't together, she fucked up to where she couldn't be on there. So when y'all split up, all right, you go, I got the house, you got to go. But you know, normally it'd be like, that's why I'm so different than people, I think, because typically it's the mama that does everything for the kids and the daddy's gone. But in my situation, it was the daddy that did everything for the kids and the mama was gone. So like that's how, like I said, that's how I started taking care of my sisters, because my daddy was going to work at Ford Motor Company. We in Memphis, that nigga was working from 5 to 2 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we getting out of school 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta watch the kids. And then, you know, like I said, it was neighbors that would come over and, you know what I'm saying, look after us. But, you know, they kids too, so they gotta go back home. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how I started looking after my sisters and shit when they split up.
So you were about 11 or something like
that?
Yeah,
like 10, 11.
But what that looked like taking care of 2 little girls. Like,
bro,
what are you doing?
Bro, it looked like a nigga trying to cook grilled cheeses for him, but don't know how to cook, and smoke alarms coming on. My daddy got to rush home from work. That's what it looked like. Trial and error, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to, but it was cool. Like I said, I never had no problems. Like, and then one time my sister clumsy. You know what I'm saying? One of my sisters is she deceased. She passed in a car accident or whatever. And then I got one sister that's alive, but she's the clumsy one. So like, we at home, she go, oh, I'm gonna go ride my bike. All right. She go, come, oh, your sister just fell and bust her head open. Now I gotta call my dad. So that's just what it looked like. You know, just managing situation. You just a manager. Cause you know, I'm not the owner, but I'm just managing. I'm a supervisor. That's why I'm so good at leading and organizing and putting shit together, because I've been a supervisor since a young nigga. Like, I've been a manager. That's why I was starting quarterback, starting point guard, varsity at my high school, because I've always had to manage situations, you know what I'm saying, and lead other people.
Did that make it hard for you to listen to other people? Because you figured you knew it all, because you dealt with it all.
Ooh, I was about to say, nah, bro. Yes, it's a gift and a curse. Yeah. It's a gift and a curse. So yeah, like, if you, like, to me at that time when I was young, if you wasn't, to me, when I was a kid, if you wasn't my daddy, I wasn't listening to you. Because that nigga was God to me. Because like I said, I wasn't brought up in the church. I didn't know how to pray. I wasn't read the Bible. So that nigga was God to me. So if my daddy didn't tell me I couldn't do it, can't nobody tell me I can't do it. And that's why I didn't excel and go as far as I could have in sports, because I listened to my coach, and my coach could yell at me. I never had a problem with that. But like, at the end of the day, if I feel like it's a play that's better to be ran, I'm changing the play. Like, that's just the type of nigga I always been. Like, Coach Lowe, you're going to see this probably, like, you know, that's the type of dude I was. Like, I'm changing the play. So, like, yeah, it was, like, definitely, like, but that's why teaching your kids how to pray and all that stuff is important, and not to just worship the parent as God. That shit is not right. Like, my daddy wanted to be God. He wanted, nigga, you fear me, I'm almighty. Like, so that's why, like, I only respected and listened to him. But if I already knew, like, yeah, you the man, you big dog, but then I know I gotta respect and treat other things accordingly, I think I would have excelled better and made it further, like in sports and academics and stuff.
That's a heavy burden to carry as far as being labeled God, because it doesn't allow you mistakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would never.
So, and that's why we don't get along. Nigga, I'm glad you said that, because all the shit that he taught me, and then now that he's not standing on, I'm like, bro, this not right. That ain't how you raised me. That ain't how it's supposed to be. And he don't like it. That's why hiding and ducking and running and, you know, don't really want to have this real conversation because he know he's going to have to say, I was wrong, son. You right. And that's the hardest thing for people to do. I don't know why, but people just do not like saying, you right, bro. I don't have a problem doing that. I can do that, but a lot of people, like, they just have a problem with doing that. You know what I'm saying? They just do not want to do that.
Yeah. From taking care of your sisters just in the household, flipping pancakes or whatever you were doing. Getting them dressed and stuff.
Oh,
too.
yeah, hell
Getting
yeah.
them dressed, getting them off the
Getting them in the
school,
tub,
whatever.
all that, you know, make sure they get all that, the whole nine. Nigga, like, then it got to the point when I was able to drive, I did the grocery shopping. My daddy used to give me $300 every 2 weeks. Nigga, I used to drive an Expedition. Nigga, I was 14, 15 years old. I used to drive an Expedition. Me and my two sisters. One is born in 96, one born in 98. So if I was 14, 15, one was 10 and one was 8. Nigga, I used to go shopping with a 10 and an 8-year-old at 14, 15 and do
Rough.
all the grocery shopping for the house. Drive to hen house, nigga, and back. Twice a month.
Yeah, that's rough.
But that's why I'm so good with my kids now, and that's why people look at me and be like, oh, man, you know how to do this, but that's because I've been doing it. It's not like I'm better than somebody or, nigga, I just was trained to do this. You niggas, when you niggas was able to play water guns and grab ass, nigga, I was really grocery shopping, nigga. I didn't have the luxury. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have the luxury to be playing around and all that shit. So, like, even though I had a great childhood, money, all that, but I had a lot of responsibilities, which I'm not mad at because it made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thankful for it. That's why I love my daddy. You know what I'm saying? I always gonna love my daddy. I always gonna respect him. But the shit that he wrong on, you know, nigga, you wrong on. And that's how I feel. Just because you my daddy, I'm not gonna be like, oh, daddy, you get a pass. Nah, I'm not on that.
If Pop's out there getting all the money, dropping all the, paying for everything y'all need to get done, at what point did you feel you had to make that transition to start?
I just, you know, just when you get that age, nigga, just, you know, in a black family, you graduate, it's time to make your own money. You got to 17 to live free. Then after that, nigga, you got to figure it out. It's just simple. And like, my daddy wasn't no nigga like, oh, you this, and this. But like I said, I just grew up seeing certain things. And so, you know, I was already doing certain shit. So it was just like, all right, I'm grown. And like I said, I was the type of dude, I didn't even stay with my pops like my last year of school for real. Like, I just stayed at home to go to school from his house. And other than that, I had a female that was a year older than me. Braids by Lika. Yeah, you know, I'm going to shout you out because you just did 21 Savage here. Yeah, that was me. That was me. Yeah, that was me. But now, like, great woman, love Jalika. Like, Jalika McNack, hell of a woman, taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? I always gonna have love for her. But, like, she was a year older than me, so she had an apartment, so, like, I could stay at her house. And then her mama was hella cool, so I used to be at her house until it got dark. And then Jalika didn't know, but she used to drop me off at my first baby mama house, the clear woman. You know what I'm saying? The white lady. So I've always just knew how to make things work for me. Like, I just always knew how to, you know what I'm saying, just make shit work.
Yeah. Like, when you first get in the streets, everything is, you know, solid, you know, life is cool or whatever. At some point, dark times come along. When it start getting dark.
Man, like I said, the streets, bro, it's just a big misconception. And you always hear older people tell you, oh, man, this shit ain't gonna last forever. But when you young, you like, nigga, you an old hater. That's how it sounds to you. You like, this nigga mad because he fucked up his bag. But, bro, I finally understand what Young Jeezy meant when he said, it's the trap. It's literally a trap, bro. It's a trap, people. Don't do it. Go to school. Get a job. Find a trade. It's not worth it. Because the streets didn't do, like, this is the thing about the streets. Everybody, and DC Youngfly said this too, and this is just in anything, everybody is cool with you until they know you got more money than them. But it's even worse in the streets because y'all in the streets. So it's just a different set of rules. Like, when you famous and it's legal, you can't really got to worry about a motherfucker doing nothing because everybody know the money's in the banks, this. But when you get money in the streets now, people want to rob you.
Yeah.
People,
it's on you.
Exactly, because you know they gotta go in the house and hear about. Oh, did you see Stank take his baby mama here, and they not taking their baby mama there? Did you see Stank buy his daughter this, take his daughter here, and they not buying their daughter? So it's just putting pressure on you know, putting pressure on niggas. And I don't want to call niggas bums, just niggas that's in an unfortunate situation at the time, because being broke ain't nothing but just a current condition that's subject to change at any time. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why I don't throw around, oh, I got money, oh, niggas broke. I'll never talk like that in my life. I've never done that because that's some weak ass shit to me. Because like I said, nigga, you could be rich this second and broke the next. And vice versa. You can go from broke to rich. So like, I stand on, like I said, that 10. How mentally sound are you? How do you really navigate and handle real life situations? Do you cower to them, or do you know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I base everything on. Yeah. And I wish other people did, but you know, people be on. Like I said, it's just like, I was telling my boy the other day, if you look at it, 60s and 70s, people had businesses, family, jewelry, crib, boat. 80s, 90s, people had the businesses left. They had the crib, family, kids, jewelry, boat.
What are you saying? Boat?
Boat. Like literally a boat.
Okay.
Nigga, you don't remember how many people had boats when you was younger?
No.
You didn't know people that had boats?
I didn't see a fucking boat when I was
So like you said, you from Missouri, I'm from Kansas. So that's the difference between that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like, niggas just had assets. That's what I'm getting at. Over time, the dude in the streets has lost more and more each decade. Niggas used to own businesses, bro. And then the businesses left. And then niggas just had a good family. And, you know, they held it down and, you know, whatever. Then niggas went from not even having a good family, but he the man in the streets. How are you calling a nigga, like a lot of niggas today, y'all niggas are supposedly the man in the streets, but y'all don't take care of y'all kids. Y'all have never took family photos with y'all baby mama and child. That is lame as fuck. That's crazy to me. But like, that's the difference. Like, if you see all back in the day, niggas was doing these things. But the street dude is getting lesser and lesser because guess what? It's played out. The street dude was never nothing that was meant to last. A hustle is literally get in, get out. That's why people that try to do a long term be fucked up. That's why you see niggas always bragging on, man, I had this much money. And you done seen niggas that you probably know 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 up and don't have nothing to show for it now. But the dude that was working the $15, $20 an hour job then is doing great now. It's not worth it, bro. It's just not worth it. Like, I done seen it. Like, I know a dude, I ain't gonna say his name, but this nigga was living in Grandview in the 90s. One of my daddy partners, older cat, he was living in Grandview in the 90s. That was out the way back then. Living out the way, like,
oh, for sure.
Nigga, you lived in Grandview in the 90s. Now now that I'm grown and you know he's older, I don't know where he is, but you eventually move back to your mama house on 10th Street in Wyandotte County. That's my biggest fear. I don't want to be like that. And I don't want younger people younger than me or people that's my age that think like it's just not worth it, bro, because that's why you see so many documentaries, bro. Everybody be like, we was getting this much money, we was doing that. How do they look when they saying it? They in a grandma's basement, in the front room on the corner. But that's because, bro, Overlord Scooch, man, my nigga from Detroit, love this dude. Like, good dude. He fuck with me. Did a song with him and like we got a real bond. Like, you know, he tap in with me. But he got a song. A hustle is a hustle. That's exactly what it is. Don't depend on it if you need to feed your kids. And when I first heard it, I'm like, what the fuck Scooch mean? Like, nigga, I've only had one, I'm 31, I ain't had a job since I was 19. What is he talking about? The hustle is feeding my kids. But now guess what, I'm 31, I just got a job. Because the hustle kicked in. It's over with. So now I see what he was talking about. But just luckily, I was fortunate enough to have good enough people around me and me to have myself set up and be a good enough person to take care of people I was supposed to where even though the hustle over with, I'm still good. I still can live. I still can look how I'm supposed to look. And I caught it before it got too late. But like a hustle is a hustle, bro. It's not a job. That's why it's called hustling and working. It's two different things. A hustle's not supposed to last. A hustle is a certain amount of time.
Yeah, because if that makes sense in the sense of sports, like when they tell you hustle for the ball, you can only do that for so long.
Ooh, that's a gem. You
sense.
only can hustle. Like you said, we sharpen each other, man. Like you said, bro, a motherfucker don't say hustle the whole game. That's not how, because it's not meant to. And that's just that simple. That it's a trap, bro. It's a trap.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense. Shout out to what's his name, Scooch.
My overlord Scooch, OV, Detroit
Come
nigga.
on one time. What's some of those things? What's like one of the first things, if you could remember, that you was like, nah, this ain't what y'all said it was gonna be. Y'all niggas is different.
I'm gonna tell you. I went to prison for my murder case. And my uncle, you know, we good. We straight, we locked in. But I went in there, you know, I'm like, shit, I want to call this person. And shit, I want to call my uncle, but like, my daddy ain't like shit. You know, uncle said call him this, and this. So I'm wondering when he gonna say that. But over time, I'm like, Unc smart. He want to stay out there. Even though I'm his nephew, I ain't his real nephew. This is my daddy, close partner that's younger than him, that my daddy kind of molded or whatever, showed the ropes. So, you know, he look at me as nephew. I look at him as Unc. So, you know, he like, nigga, yeah, you Neff. And even if we was blood, you don't know if a nigga gonna tell when it's murder, when he's facing life. So no matter, I'm like, nigga, you know I ain't gonna do this to you. But he didn't. So that's when I knew, like, all that nephew, uncle shit ain't got nothing to do with real life jail time. That nigga didn't talk to me till I took my plea. And I was never mad, and I kind of was hurt at first. But once I took my plea and it just got older, I realized it, like, nigga, I don't know if you wasn't gonna tell on me. I don't want to talk to you, nigga. I know where you at. You know what I'm saying? I done did everything. I done helped you. You good. I got you money, you know. But I don't want to talk to you, bro. I'll catch up with you when it's time to talk. And that was the first time I seen, like, this street shit is different. Like, all the family relationships, like, that shit don't got nothing to do when them life and death is on the line. That shit. So that was my first thing. And like I said, I didn't get mad, but that was my first time when I knew, like, yeah, this street shit is real. It don't got nothing to do with family. Like, your family would think you would tell on them. You know what I'm saying? But to me, like, I used to be naive to a lot, bro. Because in my mind, like people got to know, like, you only suspect people are doing things that you know that can be done.
Say that again?
You only suspect people of doing things that you know can be done. So, if you ain't out robbing niggas that ain't did nothing to you, you not gonna think nobody gonna rob you if you ain't did nothing to them. That's how I got robbed. That's what sent me to prison. I was naive. I'm getting money, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting 100 pounds of K. You know, I can talk about this shit. Statute of limitations over. I'm getting 100 pounds of regular weed, K-Town, every 2 weeks. Winning. You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm not hating on nobody. Yeah. I'm not stopping nobody else from getting 100 pounds every 2 weeks. So why would somebody want to stop mine? Duh, dummy, because they don't have it, you stupid fuck. But I was so naive at the time, I didn't think nobody would do this to me. So like I said, like, just being naive to a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, it just had you messed up. Like, so like you said, that was a part. That was another thing about the streets before I went to jail. The robbery situation. That was the first time I seen it. That, matter of fact, I gotta take that back. It was the robbery situation because my daddy, everybody knows who Smitty is. Everybody knows Smitty to be murder cases, all that. Everybody know this. So in my mind, if y'all know my daddy like that, y'all not gonna play with me. But that's when I realized it's always a nigga in the streets that think he tougher than the last tough nigga. And then right, and then that's when me and my daddy got into that too, like, because he tried to say, oh, well, nigga, back in my day, niggas wouldn't have did this, and this. And I said, well, nigga, if you that tough, why they play with your son? And niggas don't got no response for that. that make niggas shut the fuck up. It's niggas, you ain't as tough as you thought you was. And it ain't even that. It's just evolution. It's always new niggas. It's just so it's gonna be somebody that's, even if he ain't tough enough, guess what? He's stupid enough to try. So like all back in my day, this nigga, that shit don't matter. Cause like I said, if you was really fucking as serious as you think you is, they would have never did nothing to me. So like that was my first naive moment. And like I said, ain't been robbed since. Niggas know what happened when they try to rob me. And we pushing progress and prosperity. You know, I'm not on that, but just to put that out there. Like please don't try it. It didn't work well for the last guy that did.
It makes sense to try to be the one who it don't make sense, but I see why it happens. Like in basketball, everybody wanted to be the one to try to dunk on Mutombo. So you're going to try to.
It's just like, and like you said, and it may not be everybody, but it's gonna be a select few. I can dunk on this nigga. Like I said, it's just, and that don't mean that my daddy's weak or that I'm weak, but it's just a nigga that feel like I'm hard.
Yeah, somebody got the best of Mike Tyson. That don't mean he can't fight, though. So
come on, bro. Weak, exactly, bro. And that's the thing that people. That was a great follow-up comment, like you said. Niggas don't want to see Mike Tyson, and we done seen him lose on camera. But who really want to fight him? Like you said, because he's not soft. But like you said, at any given moment, bro, the shit can happen. If you not prepared, if you not taking life as serious as you should, and that's when he died. Floyd takes shit serious. That's why he never lost.
And if one of these random YouTubers or whoever he out here fighting just happened to put him down, it ain't gonna make me feel like, oh, I got a chance.
Come on, man.
I ain't messing with cuz.
Yeah, nah, facts.
You wanna walk us through that day?
Yeah, I can do that. It was weird, bro. It was crazy. I had just came from turning myself in. That's the crazy thing. A few months prior, I had a high speed. I had an SS Camaro at the time. I had an SS Camaro. And I had totaled it. And I totaled it like in Wyandotte, like on 59th or 57th Street, like right in the middle of our city. So, you know, motherfuckers know my car. Everybody know me, you know. All that stank shit. So everybody get to call my daddy. Like I said, everybody know my daddy. So my daddy, like I said, good nigga. Daddy, you know I love you, but you gotta make that right, nigga. But you be on that bullshit. But now, like I said, love my daddy. So that nigga always come to my aid, always. That's why when he told me I couldn't come to his house, it hurt me so bad. Like, nigga, hold on, nigga, you ain't never did this, nigga. My mama didn't abandon me, not you.
First time I say no, it's like I never.
So you feel me? So it just, nigga, it was like, like, so you feel me? So that nigga, so like, boom, I had the wreck, and Pops come up there, cause everybody, he like, so me, I get into the wreck or whatever. I'm about to go to jail. He pull up like, nigga, go to the motherfucking ambulance. Nigga, you was in a high-speed wreck. Tell them, nigga, you don't feel good, your stomach hurt or something, nigga. They gonna take you to the hospital. You ain't gonna have to go to jail, dummy. Cause he older. He knows. Like, just go to the hospital, bro. By the time they do all the tests and all that, the police officer not gonna still be there. His shift gonna be over. He gonna leave. That's exactly what happened. I left from the fucking high-speed wreck and went straight to the hospital. By the time, you know, like when you in the high speed going over 100 miles an hour, you in the wreck, they have to check your organs to make sure you don't have internal bleeding. So by the time they got done doing all that, dude was gone. And I think the nigga just left me with some tickets, or he didn't leave me with nothing. Like, I just literally was just free to go. So I left. 2 months later, I get these warrants in the mail from the accident. I'm doing good at the time. I'm getting money or whatever. Like I said, I got an SS. I got an F-150. I'm doing cool. So I called Gary Stone. Hey, man, what I got to do with this? Oh, it's going to cost this much. Your bond this much. I paid the lawyer in the bond before I even turned myself in. So I go turn myself in. I get out. I go turn myself in. I go turn myself in that morning. I used to be with 2 dudes. One of the dudes, there was 3 of us. We used to always be together. Out of the 3, 2 of us had keys to the house. So while I go turn myself in, bro and the other bro go to the house. They in there chilling. Which I'm glad it went like this, because if the robbery would have happened, if the niggas would have just came knocked on the door while I was in jail, I would have been like, you niggas made the robbery happen while I was in jail, so I wouldn't be here to see it. Like, you niggas was in on it. I would have put it on them. But they didn't have anything to do with it. So, you know, I'm glad it happened like that. So I turn myself in. I get out and my pops come pick me up. My pops and another one of my uncles, my Uncle Billy. So he like, man, you hungry? I'm like, hell no, nigga. I'm trying to get high. Take me to the house. Take me straight to the house. You know what I'm saying? So he dropped me off. I go in the house. I'm such a junkie, and that's why I don't really like indulge in drug use as much as I do. Like, I still like to smoke. You know what I'm saying? But I don't go as hard as I want to as I used to, because only thing I wanted to do when I got released from jail was sip some lean and smoke. So I went in the house, grabbed my I used to be pouring up an apple cranberry at the time, sipping hot tech. So I poured up my apple cranberry, Mr. Pure's, put them in the freezer. Grabbed my weed. I'm sitting down, rolling up. Knock at the door. My boy, like I said, it used to be me and two other niggas. One of them he stand up, he go get the door. I'm like, who is it? He like, oh, it's such and such now. I'm like, oh shit, let them niggas in. What's cool? So these dudes are supposed to be cool, like, you know what I'm saying? These is people that we know. We all from Wyandotte. So they come in the house. I'm the type of nigga, like, I don't smoke with niggas. So boom, niggas come in. I'm like, oh shit, here y'all go. I pass out weed. Like, shit, y'all roll y'all own shit up. So boom, we, you know what I'm saying? Everybody rolling blunts. So I pull up two little chairs, like a chair that I'm sitting in now. I pull up a chair, pull up another one. So me and Broken, you know, get it in right in front of the game type shit. So as I'm sitting there with the controller, waiting on the game to load up, twisting the joint, motherfuckers just, the nigga next to me and the nigga like to the back of me, they jump up. Niggas like, boom, where it at? But when the nigga in the back jump up, he pulled a gun so quick, he shoots the motherfucker. Really could have cheddar bobbed himself, but the gun was raised just enough to where it went forward, hit my homie in the stomach, boom. So they like, nigga, where it at? Da-da-da-da-da. My other two homies, these niggas panicking. They, oh man, please no. My other homie, he had a kid on the way, like was about to be born in like a month. So they like, nah, man, please. Da-da-da. So me, it's just like, I'm like, this shit really going on? Like in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm about to die. All these niggas got guns pulled out. Like it's 3 niggas with guns. So I'm like, damn, bro, it's over. I'm like, nigga, I had just had my daughter. She had just turned 1. So I'm like, damn, this is how my daughter gonna really hear. Like, cause you been to school with people, little pretty ass girls, bro. Who your daddy? Oh, my daddy got killed. I'm like, damn, my daughter gonna be one of them little girls. Like, so I'm like,
you thinking that in that moment? I
swear to God, cause I'm not panicking. I'm just literally thinking that. Oh, I'm like, damn, my mama gonna be like, oh, my son got killed. This. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, damn. So I'm like, hey man, that shit in the back, y'all can get that shit. Like, y'all can have that shit, bro. It ain't nothing. So they go to the back. So the the big niggas that really set it up, it was 4 of them. So the 2 older niggas, they go to the back. And they lead 2 other niggas out. One of the niggas that's out, so it's 2 niggas, it's 4 of them all together. 2 of them go in the back and start looking for shit. The other 2 dudes, one of them got a gun, the other one don't. The dude that don't got a gun is one of my partners' sister. The dude that don't got a gun is my partner's baby mama's little brother. A nigga went on a robbery to take food out of his own nieces and nephews' mouths. Stetson, you know who you are, you clown ass nigga. But yeah, like clown shit. Like that's why I don't have respect for niggas like that. Like, and niggas will be like, oh, I didn't know, but then they try to act like they had something to do with it. So like it's either you didn't know nothing about it or you had something to do with it. So either way, I can't respect you because, dude, this was your nieces and nephews' daddy. Why would you ever even be in on something like that? You know what I'm saying? So like that's why I just don't be having a lot of respect for a lot of people. So boom, that happened. So when they looking for the shit, mind you, I told you, I'm not panicking. I'm not pleading or none of that. I'm just looking like. So I told you, my daddy Smitty, everybody know him. He didn't beat murder cases. So one of the murder cases he beat was the 3rd nigga that was left in there with the guns, uncle. This is just how small Kansas City, Kansas is and the world is. Fuck Kansas City, just the world is small. So this is the shit that happens like in the streets. You will literally grow up around niggas that your people done killed. You know, you gotta grow up around these people, and then you know you grew up around these people. You've been seeing these dudes since you was kids. Y'all ain't never had no problems, but now y'all grown. and this nigga got this gun, you find out everything he really feel. So guess what he do? He mad that I ain't pleading the crime. He put the gun on me. Oh, nigga, I should smoke you. Nigga, I should shoot you on your fucking head. Nigga, I should kill you. Nigga, your daddy killed my uncle. He's telling me this. But guess what? You know, he didn't shoot me, made it out, boom. Well, ironically, his brother died from a headshot. That's what I went to prison for, and I can talk about it because I went to prison for it. But that's just how this shit worked. That's really how this shit worked. You was pointing the gun on me, talking about how you should shoot me, and you seen your brother get shot in the head. So like that was just that. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas did that. He poking me with the gun, Then they got what they got and they left. And then, you know, after that, nigga, the funk is on. And the shit been going on since then to now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a never-ending thing because, like I said, they mad. Y'all mad. They mad at me because somebody died, but they not looking at, well, what did we do to him first? I never would have had a reaction if y'all didn't go with y'all action. I can't react to nothing if y'all don't do nothing. That's why people be like, oh, man, you don't care about it. No, I don't care because I wasn't in the wrong. I never went bothering nobody. You know what I'm saying? I was just getting money. Them niggas was mad at me. So now, do the niggas hating on me and want to take what I got, now I'm a felon. All because the niggas just mad at what I got, which that's why the streets is a trap, because if I was just working and had that much shit, wouldn't nobody want to take it. But it's just niggas, for whatever reason, when you doing it in the streets, niggas just be mad, bro. Like, they just want to take that shit. That's why it's just not worth it at the end of the day. Because they just feel like they know, like, oh, he got it in the crib right now. When you go into work, people know, like, it's in the bank. We got to do this to get it. He probably ain't got it right there. But, like, when they know this nigga sitting in this house every day, this motherfucker rolling every day. Oh, it's in there. Let's try it. They feel like they got a better chance trying the black man they grew up with than going to go get a job or robbing a damn bank, which is crazy. Like, you know, that's the day. But that's just how that day went. That was that situation.
I might have missed it, but I don't understand where the connect is with your pops in this situation. How you? Because you said you mad at your pops because you sat in prison. Well, he should have been.
No. He shouldn't have been. No, but I'm just saying he shouldn't have been. No, I'm not. No, never said he should have been. But this is the thing: if two people are charged with the same crime, but only one goes to jail, what does that mean?
I'm saying how he get charged with it. It was just you.
How else do you get charged with something?
I'm talking about your pops.
How else does somebody get charged with something? You a smart man because you were implicated, fool. That's how, motherfucker. No disrespect. We just talking.
I know what you're saying.
But you know, like, nigga, that's how. Somebody said they saw you or something, nigga. That's what this shit didn't come out of thin air. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't tell me I can't come to your house. Because I could have been like, oh, well, nigga, y'all ain't just, it ain't me, it's the other nigga y'all talking about. But I've never done no whole shit like that, never will. And I can't, because I just wasn't raised that way. So for a man to make me be that solid and that tough to where I won't implicate or hate or put you in that or even my enemy, how can you tell me no when you made me be the way I am? That's when I'm like, nigga, you are a hypocrite. You are a walking contradiction. That's why I don't talk to my daddy. Because it's like, nigga, there's no way I can go lay down for a crime we was both charged for, but just because I told you, you can't tell me how to raise my daughter. You tell me I can't come to you. As a man, I can tell you that. This is my child. You can't tell me. That's why she came from my nuts. It's my child. You can't tell me how to raise my child, as I couldn't tell you how to raise yours. So like that's where the connect come from with that. You know what I'm saying?
As far as raising your daughter, this just makes me go back to your sister. That's somebody you helped. That you raised or whatever. How old was she when you lost her?
Sierra was, I was in prison. She died 2000. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's another thing. Like, nigga, you told me I can't come to your house. But, nigga, I went to prison. And my sister died when I was in there. Yeah. So that's more the reason why you can't. I didn't even get to see my sister for the last times like you did because I was keeping it solid. So nigga, you can't tell me I can't come to your house. But yeah, my sister died 2015. So she was born in 98. So you born in 98. So 17, about to turn 17. She was 16, about to turn 17.
And I asked that because my mom just lost her sister that she pretty much raised. And it's hard for her.
Right.
For you to be raising them and then end up in prison and can't even.
But that's why I am. That's why I'm undisputed. That's why I really feel like I'm the realest nigga walking. I don't feel like there's nothing that I can't be broken because I done been through everything. Like I done been battle tested in every situation. I done been facing a life sentence. Didn't tell. My sister done died while I was in jail. Came home with nothing. Ran it back up. Took care. Like I done did everything. It's not nothing that. It's not. I done did everything.
In closing, you leave us marked out.
Yeah. Just live your truth. Be transparent as possible. Don't let nobody tell you, you know what I'm saying, what you can and can't say or what you can and can't be. That's all I got to say.
Goal is to leave a lasting imprint on their minds and their hearts. We pray you've been indelibly marked.
Appreciate it, bro. Ah, that was a good one. Where the bathroom at?
Right there.
Ah, right here?
Yep. Oh, one more.